the end of his relationship with Marilyn, that she would soon have nothing but criticism for him, and that once, thanks to him, she had emerged from her chrysalis, she would abandon him without allowing him any chance of working his way back into her favor? For it was in London that everything turned sour between them, and that Milton found himself ruined. It was in London, too, that Marilyn, having been publicly scorned by a condescending Laurence Olivier, gave voice to her doubts over her decision to leave Hollywood. And it was also in London that Arthur Miller, fearing his love life might in some way affect his creativity, began to wonder whether he had done the right thing in marrying Marilyn. "I think Arthur liked dumb blondes," she would later say, "and he'd never had one before me." Marilyn had barely returned from London before she put Marilyn Monroe Productions into liquidation. At the same time, she cut herself off without ceremony from the man who had helped her free herself from the yoke of the big studios. Encouraged, if not actively urged on by her new master, Arthur Miller, she accused Milton of excluding her from decision-making, granting himself bogus titles, and embezzling funds from their jointly held company. She thus brought about the end of the most incredible period of her life. 2 years of flamboyant marginality, during which she gave the best 2 performances of her career.
Love, it's one of the most important things that ever happens to us. I think the most important thing. I think love and work are the only things that really happen to us.
And yet there was one final photo session with Milton. Professionalism, of course, emotion, probably, and without doubt, a powerful feeling of wasted opportunities. And the color red, like the first time they got together in Los Angeles. The color red, and then nothing. Because refusing to make the slightest profit from these photographs, Milton buried them away with so many others in the shadows of his disappointment. "I was devoted to her," he said afterwards. "I wouldn't do anything today that might harm her career." It was over. Arm in arm with Arthur Miller, Marilyn returned to Hollywood. Yet, despite appearances, she was not the same. She was coming back once again to the world of make-believe. But now she had seen what lay on the other side of the looking glass. The final years of her life were fast approaching. They would prove to be the most painful. Dark, gloomy years during which Marilyn would be more demanding, more dissatisfied, more unbearable than she had ever been. Perpetually late, she would sink deeper and deeper into what one of her closest friends called Marilyn time. Paris, August 1962. One day, just before leaving for Paris to photograph other women, Milton Green phoned Marilyn. Moved by the call, she promised to see him again soon. Did she perhaps blame Miller for driving her and Milton apart? For taking her away from the only person she had ever really trusted? They never did meet again, and no other woman was ever photographed by Milton as Marilyn had been. "You want to know how I did it?" Milton said. "Easy. I just believed in her."
One of the most famous stars in Hollywood history is dead at 36. Marilyn Monroe was found dead in bed.
Milton learnt of her death from the newspapers, just like everyone else.